Hello guys. One common theme that seems to be part of a lot of Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate supporters is that they're extremely mean. And they do what I call toxic metaframing, which stems out of their inability to be really in their joy and sexuality. And I just deleted some of the comments because it's literally super mean. It's like and it's all related to sexuality. So it's basically like, this guy can't get his dick wet, no, not even a virgin, or something like that. Very mean stuff. And that shows me that that a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people that support Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are themselves massively toxic. And so unless there's major new news coming out, I'm probably also not going to talk about it much more, because I said what I needed to say and I made a clear I had clear opinion about them. Now the interesting thing is that with every video you make about a certain person, that you attract or you enter a specific bubble. I know, for example, there is a German YouTuber that his followers are ultra toxic. They're so toxic that they become a real problem for you as a YouTuber, because they start to enter your personal private life, visit you where you're living and stuff like that, damage property and so forth. And so when you make a video about that person, you attract all of these people because they constantly Google him. So if you make a video about that, it instantly attracts all of these people in those bubbles. And I think that you could call it almost bubble management as a content creator is almost the most important thing that you will do, not just as a content creator, but in your life. Choose the bubbles that you want to be in, because there's the super rich bubbles, there is these old money bubbles, the new money bubbles, there is the loser bubbles, there is the Andrew Tate bubbles, there is the spiritual bubbles, the pseudo spiritual bubbles, the visualize your life but don't get anywhere bubbles. There is the performers bubbles, that really high achievers bubbles. You get literally tons of bubbles out there, like an infinite number of bubbles. And I think it's a good idea to think about which bubble you want to be in, and then starting associating everything that you do with that bubble. And of course, if you're a certain specific type of person like me, high IQ, very talented on a lot of things, very diversely interested also, the bubble becomes fairly small, because a lot of times, for example, if you do spiritual content, you attract a lot of people that have problems in their lives, because they are seeking literally spiritual answers to their problems. So you have to literally think about which bubble suits you the best and try to attach to that bubble in order to have good, healthy people around you. And for me, it's very clear. Before it wasn't. Now it's very clear that the whole Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate bubble is not the bubble you want to be in if you really want to have kind of like a healthy, successful but healthy at the same time life, an experience of life, and the people that are around you. Because literally a lot of the people that follow Andrew Tate, I would say over 50%, if not 70-80%, are very problematic themselves. And there is an interesting psychological thing. When there is let's say there is a loser right now, I don't think in terms of losers, but in terms of like Andrew Tate type of loser, the way he sees losers. they attach to him, and just by feeling of association, and this is a very interesting psychological fact, just by associating with him or thinking that you're associating with him by listening to him become a fanboy and all of this stuff, you are in your mind, you think that you are the same or similar or on the road, on the way to become him. But you are actually completely different. Maybe there's certain things that might become similar or something. And just by association, you now think of yourself higher than you thought of yourself before. So, for example, you watch an hour, half an hour of Andrew Tate Tristan Tate videos, and you see them with their supercars, with the girls, and blah blah blah, and they're whatever they're saying, and then you start to associate with that being part of your lifestyle. And it's clear because, I mean, let's say you live in a shitty apartment, but you watch half an hour of Lamborghini, I don't know, whatever, Bugatti content of highly successful people, it seems, then your brain thinks you're part of that, even if it's just in your mind, but literally your surrounding is totally different. And that makes these, a lot of times, idiots think of themselves higher than they actually are, just by this fake association. So you get massive amounts of toxic idiots who in their mind think they're on the same level, so to speak. So the whole problem gets basically exacerbated. And that's an interesting thing that nobody thinks about. Like, one is the bubble that you associate with, and the other thing is the change of perception by consuming the content.